All right, Cowboys Nation. This video is for the ladies. Hit that intro.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
What's going on, Cowboy Nation and angry Cowboy fans around the world? It's your boy, the Angry Cowboys fan here on YouTube, the place where y'all can find my raw and uncut emotion about the Dallas Cowboys 24/7, 365. And as long as I'm alive, y'all know I'm DC for life, baby. And if you're DC for life, won't you go ahead, hit that subscribe button? Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's free. It's free to do. And guess what else you do? You help the channel when you do so. There's been a few comments in the comment section saying that women can't call the game of football, especially the NFL, because they've never played. To keep it a buck with you, I've never played in the NFL. I've played middle school ball, high school ball, and semi-pro football, but never stepped foot on the NFL field. Yet and still, I have an eye for the game and a knowledge for the game. So too do these women. They have eyes and have been around the game of football. Some have grown up in NFL families like Joy Taylor. So to say that they don't have a place in calling the game of football is just not right, gentlemen. In comes my example, Mina Kimes. Today on First Take, we got a break from Stephen A. Smith and had Kimberly Martin, Molly Kimes, Dan Orlovsky, and call-in guest Mina Kimes on the show. Molly asked Dan Orlovsky and the crew what would be the key when the Eagles head to Jerry's World to face our Dallas Cowboys this Sunday. Dan Orlovsky highlights the inefficiencies of the Eagles defense and puts the game on the shoulders of cornerbacks Slay and Bradbury. Dan knows that the middle of the field is vulnerable for the Eagles, so they'll have to focus all their manpower on that part of the field, leaving the outsides wide open. After his take, they welcomed a breath of fresh air back to the set. Mina Kimes. I love her football analysis. ESPN finally renewed her contract, and now she is back to give some great commentary on the NFL. When Mina joined the show, Molly asked her if the game against the Eagles was a must-win. So we're going to listen to what Mina Kimes had to say. Then we're going to listen to what Kimberly Martin had to say. And then we're going to come back and unpack both of those raw and uncut clips. Remember, I'll put the link to the segment in the description. So, angry Cowboys fans, let's take a listen.
Okay, Mina, you're up first. Is this a must-win for Dallas?
No, it's not. Obviously, they would like to win. Obviously, it would be a statement. Obviously, it would help them stand a better chance of winning the division. But in terms of making the playoffs, if they lose this game, they go from a 99% chance per the New York Times model to a 99% chance. They're going to have to play the San Francisco 49ers at some time in the postseason, either early on or maybe if they won this game, it could be a little bit later, but they're going to have to play them at some point. They can't dodge them more likely than not. So I don't view this as do or die the way I do for some other teams that I think we're going to talk about this weekend because of the cushion they've built so far with those 9 wins.
All right, angry Cowboys fans. Now we're going to take a listen to what Kimberly Martin had to say, and then we're going to come back and unpack both raw and uncut. So, take it away, Miss Martin.
Oh, I disagree, and I'm shocked because, Mina, I really wanted us to have our first show back on First Take together, and I wanted us to agree, and the fact that I'm agreeing with Daniel right now, I don't know if I can handle it. But really, when you think about, I do think it is a must-win for the Cowboys because of what they can do. Not only do they face Philly, we just saw this schedule, they face Philly, then they're at Buffalo, then they're at Miami, then Detroit, and close out against Washington. When you think about them beating Philly, it puts them not just in position to win the division, but it puts them one step closer to having the top seed in the conference. And I feel like that's the most important thing when I look at Dallas. Like right now, they're 14-0 in Arlington. They need a home field advantage. And I think it's not just the psychology aspect of it. Like the 49ers already own the tiebreakers against Philly and the Cowboys. When you look at a Cowboys team that, despite how well Dak has played, despite Micah Parsons being a baller and talking about how all we got to do is kick ass this weekend, great, but they still have to do it. And the question, Dan, you had talked about Dallas, again, against great competition. How do they fare? There's still those questions. I think this is a statement weekend for Dallas. Everybody is looking at them saying, Philly looks vulnerable. Can you take advantage at home of this situation?
See, Cowboys Nation, this is the type of sports analyst I'm talking about. These women got up there and spoke their truth and did not have any vitriol as if they had a dog in the fight. They were able to disagree with each other's position and not allow their biases to shine like Joy Taylor or Shady McCoy. They spoke about this as if it's a must-win for the Cowboys. Mina Kimes says no, but Kimberly Martin and Dan Orlovsky say it is a must-win. Here's my opinion, Cowboys Nation. I feel this is a must-win for the Dallas Cowboys on a morale standpoint. Getting this win will boost their confidence, continue their home game winning streak, and put us in a position to win the NFC. Unfortunately, Cowboy Nation, the likelihood of our Dallas Cowboys winning the NFC altogether is going to be a mountain to climb realistically. We need help from other teams that do not hold a candle to the 49ers or the Philadelphia Eagles. Honestly, I would prefer to have to face the Eagles in the playoffs before the San Francisco 49ers. If the Cowboys can take over the NFC East, we will at least have a home game to play in the first round of the playoffs. We may have to face an opponent harder than any of the teams in the NFC South, but we would have a home game in the playoffs nonetheless. As the playoff bracket stands today, the Dallas Cowboys would have to go on the road and face the winner of the NFC South. I have no problem with that, Cowboys Nation, whether it's the Bucks or the Saints or the Falcons. Carolina, do better. I wouldn't mind. Everyone knows the Cowboys are lights out on turf, and two of those three teams play on what? Turf. Like Mina Kimes said, the Cowboys would destroy the Atlanta Falcons. Then our second game would be against the San Francisco 49ers, our boogeyman. If we can't win the entire NFC, our next best situation would be to beat the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday and make it to where the 49ers win the NFC and get the bye. This way, we would face the Eagles in the divisional round, meeting the Niners in the NFC Championship. Depending on how the rest of the season turns out for the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, if the Cowboys manage to run the table and the Eagles lose to the Cowboys but win the rest, which is highly possible due to their remaining schedule, the Eagles would still have the tiebreaker and win the NFC East. We need too much help, Cowboys Nation. So that fifth seed is looking mighty fine because we would need a complete breakdown of the Eagles and the Niners to get that all-around NFC bye. After the game against the Cowboys, the Eagles face the Seahawks, the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Giants again to finish their season. The 49ers face the Seahawks, whom they've beaten this season, the Cardinals, the Ravens, their best chance at a loss, the Commanders, who can't beat a high school team, and the Rams. I can see them losing to the Ravens, but the other teams, not so much. The Dallas Cowboys can only control what they can control. The team need not worry about the playoff picture and how it looks right now. They need to go out and handle business and win as many games as they possibly can to go into the playoffs with as much momentum as possible. We can't rely on other teams to be our boogeymen. We need to handle them, and between the Eagles and the Niners, I would much prefer to face the Eagles first, then go to Levi Stadium for round 3 of playoff football with the Niners. In close to this video, Cowboy Nation, women do have a great place in this sport that we love called football. Even though they may not have played the game, they can study it and be great analysts, bringing us great commentary and insightful opinions like Mina Kimes or Kimberly Martin. Just because they're not the same sex of the individuals playing doesn't mean that they can't give great sports opinions. These ladies have eyes and beautiful minds capable of giving us quality sports talk and insightful takes. This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys fan. If you like this content, please don't hesitate in dropping a like on the video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, by all means, hit that subscribe button because guess what? It's free. Plus, you help the channel get this content out to even more Dallas Cowboy fans. Drop a comment in the comment section because I love responding to each and every one of your takes. And remember, Cowboy Nation, be good people. This has been your boy, the Angry Cowboys fan. I'm out.